Fortnite Chapter 5 Season 2 is finally here after the extremely long downtime, and I'll be showing you every single Easter egg and secret you may have missed in this season. Let's get into it. We all know this season is ancient Greek themed, being called Myths and Mortals. As usual, Fortnite spent a massive amount of time working on the island to fit the theme of this season. If you head over to one of the new locations, Brawler's Battleground, you'll notice some massive weapons which without a doubt have been from a battle with some enormous creatures. Right by it appears to be a massive Crete bull's head, which appears to have been a part of this battle. And by the looks of it, this big guy over here might have been the unfortunate fate of that bull. So I'm sorry, Mr. Bull, but you just got BOBAS! Not too far away from this place sits a very peculiar military base. As of right now, we don't know why or how this has anything to do with the Fortnite storyline, but it's definitely something to keep your eyes on, as it might come into play as a large role in the upcoming storyline. Moving upwards towards the clouds at Mount Olympus, another beautiful new location where there are many stunning buildings, and of course the massive god statue that rains down over the entire Fortnite island. Although the location isn't as large as it may seem, you still might miss out on a very interesting statue of Meowscles holding onto an orb, which appears to have different constellations of each of the Greek gods in the battle pass all across it. Although what's very interesting about the statue of Meowscles right here is the fact that he's in the identical pose that the Midas statue was way back in the agency location. I wonder what this might mean. Is it making a reference to Chapter 2 Season 2? Speaking of Chapter 2 Season 2, we got the OG yacht to return from that season in the beginning of Chapter 5. But if you have a very keen eye, you may have noticed its slow escape from the island at the start of this season. We know that Midas has got something to do with this season, and that he will be returning for his revenge. But I wonder why the yacht is leaving all of a sudden. I guess we'll have to just wait and see. While we're on the topic of throwback things in Fortnite, this season we had the return of a fan favorite thing, being the supply drops. Now they aren't back in the way that you may expect, where they spawn all across the map throughout the game. You actually have to spawn them through the new shadow briefing cases, which are located in various places across the Fortnite island. The new shadow briefing cases are an awesome addition to this season, giving you different items and tasks. It's very interesting to note that these cases have the name and logo of the old Shadow team from way back in Chapter 2, Season 2, which once again is a great throwback reference in this season. And hopefully we might see the return of the OG Ghost and Shadow henchmen later on this season, because let's be fair, we all love those guys. Now, switching things over to some of the new items this season, we all know about the extremely powerful Zeus's lightning bolt and the awesome new wings of Icarus. There are actually two awesome aspects to the wings that I bet you didn't know about. You can actually use the wings to stop fall damage just by holding them out while falling, and it's also very useful to get an insane rotation across the island by either using a Flowberry Fizz or just a Flowberry and then hitting a launch pad. These new mythics are for sure really fun to use and will definitely help you get some easy crown wins this season. Speaking of wins, the new Victory Umbrella is undoubtedly an awesome glider to have that you don't want to miss out on. But one thing with this glider that may be very easy to miss is that this glider in fact has some of the OG storm sound effects that play while you soar through the sky. This is a really cool addition to the glider that they've added, and it brings back so many memories. So make sure you listen out when you're using this glider next. New weapons and items are always something to look forward to with the release of a new season. So far, the weapons and items this season are pretty good and moderately balanced to play with. Most people seem pretty happy with the addition of all of these items, other than maybe Zeus's lightning bolt. But there is a bit of an issue with the new shotgun this season. Some players have actually managed to figure out how to shoot through walls and ramps with it. So be sure to watch out for other players trying to do this to you, because I know for sure I'd break my entire gaming setup if someone eliminated me through their builds. A really cool feature added in some of the new locations, the Underworld and Grimgate, is that there's a mysterious river with some strange liquid in it. But if you swim in the river, you'll actually notice these 3 skulls appear behind your character. These actually allow you to get a double jump boost ability, very similar to the 0-point fish item a few chapters ago. You can also get the medallion from the boss of the Underworld, which gives you an infinite amount of these double boost jumps, which is really awesome. This will definitely help you out if you're a zero build player. On some other very interesting news, on the Save the World side of Fortnite, at the start of this season, they decided to remove the option to do trading, which if you don't know what that is, it's pretty much where people sit on either side of a box and trade their weapons and save the world. But a lot of kids did get scammed for their weapons that have been in some very funny and viral clips in the Fortnite community.
So 3, 2, 1, and scammer get scammed, buddy.
Although this was very funny to watch, it was probably a smart idea that Fortnite decided to remove this feature. Back to Battle Royale, we've all seen the awesome new vault bunkers that spawn throughout the game, which are stacked with some amazing loot to help you in your battles. But chances are you didn't properly look at the details inside of these vaults. As you can see, they're filled with lots of different graffiti sprays of many different things. If you look close enough, you may notice on the vault doors a guy holding flare guns, which haven't been seen in the game for quite a long time, alongside Jonesy holding the slurp cannon, which unfortunately hasn't been seen in the game for quite some time now as well. This leads on to the next point about chug splashes. It's great to see the return of such a useful healable in the game this season, and it's interesting that Fortnite decided to add the chug splashes, but not the slurp cannon, as it was kind of teased in the new vault bunkers that I mentioned just before. Hopefully we will get the slurp cannon later on this season, because it's such a good item, and I'm pretty sure everyone loves carrying it. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. One of the highlights of the new season is when Fortnite adds funny small locations or landmarks that you'll come across when you play the game. By far, the best one of this season is a cute little table and chair symbolizing a date night. Although this is very cute, I'd be a little bit nervous to have a date right by the underworld, so I wouldn't really dare to go there. But it's up to you whether or not you'd like to say hi to Hades while you're there. Nonetheless, this is a really awesome addition to the season, and I think I speak for everyone when I say this, but when Fortnite adds secret little locations across the map, it makes the season a whole lot better. Taking it back to the teaser trailer for the start of this season, you may or may not have noticed a secret in the trailer when it shows the shot of the sniper. In this, you can see an interesting unidentified character in the center of the sniper's scope. As of right now, nobody knows who or what this is, but it's actually speculated to be Luffy from One Piece, a very popular anime. There were leaks some time ago about this, when the One Piece live action TV show was released, but it never ended up happening. But this still might mean we might see a One Piece collaboration in the near future, which is super exciting to hear. We'll just have to wait and see how this season plays out. We already got some amazing new weapons and items this season, but as always, we will be getting some more as the season progresses. We all know about the shield bubble item that released way back in August 2019, but very soon we'll be receiving a new and improved version called the Shield Bubble Junior. This is almost identical to the original, except smaller. Fortnite seems to love downsizing items that they already have, like the Porta Bunker and Crash Pad Junior, so the Shield Bubble Junior was to be expected. Later this season, we'll also be getting some other mythic weapons and items as seen in the trailer to go along with all of the other Greek gods in the Battle Pass, which is super great to see and will definitely keep the season fresh. It's just a matter of time before these are released. Speaking of new items, an unreleased item called the Chain of Hades was accidentally put into Team Rumble for a very short period of time after the season released. It was quickly removed, but hopefully we'll see it return in a future update. Now this is quite a random and interesting thing that Fortnite added this season, but if you own the Hollowback backbling, you would have noticed it originally didn't allow you to use any of the animated emoticons. But fortunately, this season, you could actually use the animated emoticons on it. This is a great feature, and I can't wait to show off mine in-game. As we know, our boy Ripley debuted as Poseidon in this season's Battle Pass, and it's an awesome skin. But he has a very interesting backstory. Apparently, the Poseidon skin is a peaceful king and god while having a strange obsession with Medusa. Interesting. Nonetheless, he's a great skin, and definitely worth getting the Battle Pass for because he's this season's meme skin. I worked really hard to get this video out as fast as possible for you all, so thank you so much for sticking until the end of the video. And please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting your favorite part of the video to help support me.